So today, how well can you see what's on the screen? Can you see it? I'm going to make it larger. So you probably, I don't know if this is going to be useful. I think it's going to be useful for some people, so I'm going to just go ahead and do it anyway. Language is made up of rules, right? And those rules uh, are made up of components. So, like a sentence, for example, a sentence is made up of different pieces of speech, parts of speech, they're called. They're called what? Parts of speech. For example, we all know name, noun, name, place, animal, things are nouns, right? So, noun is a part of speech, adjective is a part of speech. Clear? Right? So similarly, Arabic also has parts of speech that we've been learning thus far, and we have learned quite a few. So let's see if you guys can pick out what have we learned. So POS means parts of speech, okay? It doesn't mean what you think it means. Parts of speech, okay? So nominal meaning any in ism is a part of speech. So you know ism, so I'm just gonna go ahead and can I just color it here? And I forget the coloring part. Maybe I can bold it. So that's a noun, right? Then lam al-ta'rif. Does anybody know what that is? Lam al-ta'rif? Putting the al, making something definite is called lam al-ta'rif. So you guys know this as well. Okay. In English, it's called a determiner, like something that makes something definite or indefinite. Then, have you learned of a sifa or a not? Yes, you have. It's an adjective. That's called it's called a not. So these are called the derived nominals. We haven't learned this, so we're just gonna move on. Damir. Do you know damir? Yes, you do. Huwa, hiya, ana, or the suffix damir. So a personal pronoun. We've done this as well, right? Today is going to be brain rot grammar. Okay, so because you guys wanted to review, so I'm just doing a review. So you guys know all of this stuff. You don't know that you know it. I haven't really stressed on these terms as much before. So ism ishara or ismul ishara, I should say, or ism ishara is fine too. What is ism ishara? Demonstrative pronoun. What is that? Can you guess? هذا هذه ذلك تلك they're called demonstrative. You're pointing at something. اسم الإشارة. Okay, they're ism too. The هذا هذه تلك ذلك they are ism as well. Okay. اسم موصول. We recently did this one as well. Relative pronoun. الذي. الذي is called a ism موصول. An ism that connects. Then we have done these as well. I just have not highlighted it at all to you guys. So, for example, tahta, fawqa, above, below, above. They are called dharf. Dharf means an adverb. Adverb. So we have done adverbs. There are at least two types of adverbs. There's dharf makan, an adverb of place, meaning above something, below something, in front of something, behind something. Those are called ظرف. So تحت, فوق, أمام, خلف, right? Those are ظرف مكان, of place. And then there's ظرف زمان. Zaman. For example, يوم, the day of, right? Like we haven't done too many of zaman, so I'm gonna skip that, but ظرف مكان and ظرف zaman. And then have we done فعل? Yes, we've done verbs, haven't we? We've done فعل, right? Okay. Have we done in the huruf, which are, so Arabic is made up of what? Ism, fi'l, and harf. Three components. In all of these above that we just highlighted, these are all called nominals or ism. They're all types of ism, subtypes of ism. Now, verbs is just one type, fi'l, okay? Well, there's more types, but there's, past tense and future tense, right? Kind of thing. And then the third type in Arabic, the third major type is particles. All of these particles, different types of particles. We have learned quite a few of them. So have we learned the harf jar? Yeah. Fi, min, ila, ala, harf jar, right? Then we have learned, or li or bi, those are all harf jar. We have not done these. We have not done these. We have not done most of these. Harf jawab. Naam, la. Haven't we done those? Yes. The answer particle and let's see, we have done, there's a lot of different kind of harf. We've done harf nafi, la, right? Ma, have we done ma as a negative? We have done, yes. There's another, there's other kinds of negation is a different. Then there's ya, yani, ya Abbas, ya Muhammad, ya akhi, harf nida. That's harf nida. So we've done that, and so on and so forth. You guys get the idea? So the three components of Arabic grammar: ism, verbs, and particles, right? The harf we've done. This is all about and we've done what is called is jins. Jins is masculine or feminine, right? General or feminine. So we've done that. We have not done numbers yet. We have done isnad, means first person, second person, or third person. For example, uh, dhahaba, he went. That is a third person, right? Dhahabtu, I went. That's first person. You're speaking about yourself. Dhahabta, you went. So that's second person. So we've done isnad as well. Okay. Ma'rifa, nakira, we've done. Ma'rifa means anything that is indefinite, like baytun. I'm sorry, Ma'rifa is something that is definite rather. Al-baytu, right? And nakira is indefinite, which is like baytun. We've done marfu, right? Baytun. We've done mansub, like Muhammadan instead of Muhammadin or Muhammadun. We've done that a little bit, just a little bit. Majroor, we have done, like, for example, ala Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wasallam, majroor. We've done that. We've done the fi'l mad, which is past tense. We've done this. Dhahaba, kharaja, and we've done other ones here and there from the Quran, like amana, those kinds of things. Okay. And I will just leave it at that. So we've done quite a few things, do you see? So inshallah, when we complete our Arabic lesson, you'll be able to fill in all these boxes. So we've done, you see, quite a few are already done. Yeah.
I think we did the interrogative particle too.
Yeah, we have. Where did you see that? Yeah, interrogation particle. Istifham. Yeah, harf istifham. Yeah, ma hada. Yes, exactly. Anta, are you? Right, we've done those. Yes, we have. Yeah, I didn't go too deep into this, so yes. Correct. Yep. Okay. All right. So just review very quickly. There are 5 types of Arabic. I'm not going to go too deep into any of this unless you ask me a question. Since it's those of you who are not with me since the beginning, you clearly haven't seen this unless you've seen the videos. So I explained the different types of Arabic. Different types of Arabic. What we're learning is one type, which is in red. The contemporary modern standard Arabic that is spoken by all of the Arab world. Wa alaikum assalam. But the actual original Arabic you can say is the heritage. It's very, very high, um, eloquent Arabic. We're not learning that. You find that in poetry, for example. Okay? Very, very high-end Arabic. A lot of the Arabs over here, they speak what is called, there's they speak the Ammiya, right? The colloquial Arabic, the spoken Arabic is also known as the spoken Arabic. Spoken Arabic is of three types, actually. So if you're an educated person, you're gonna mix the spoken Arabic with the MSA modern standard Arabic a little bit because you're educated. You read literature and whatnot. So when you speak, your speech is gonna be like partial spoken Arabic and partial like Fusha. And then it's also the educated Arabic is the same kind of thing. The uneducated Arabic is more what they will speak, let's say in the countryside. On the countryside, let's say somebody's not educated, they're going to speak just the colloquial Arabic, very uh they're going to have very unique kind of flavors in it. And it's not going to be like Fusha. Okay. Anyways, so the Arab world, I don't know, you guys weren't there in the first lesson. I think Mavish, you were there in the first lesson. I don't know. Yeah. You remember this map from a year ago? From a year ago, yes, mashallah. So it's almost our annual anniversary of this class. Alhamdulillah. So what you see, so there's Arabic flavors, dialects are two major ones. There's the Eastern Arabic, and then there's the Western Arabic. So Eastern Arabic is made up of, the the dialects of Palestine, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect them, Jordan, Syria, Iraq, the Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Emirat, all of those, right? Those are the Eastern Arabic flavors. Mashriqi, okay? And then there's the Maghribi Arabic, which is you can put Egypt sort of like in the middle, Egyptian sort of like in the middle, but Egyptian is more like Eastern Arabic. And then there's the Western Arabic, like those spoken in Morocco primarily, Libya, and those kinds of things, the different flavors. Okay. And then there's the Sudanese Arabic and the Somalian Arabic and those kinds of things as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He's Ethiopian. No?
Maybe.
Maybe? You don't know if you're Ethiopian?
Well, I'm African American. Most of my family, my
I thought you had an Ethiopian background. Yeah. So no, if you're African American, you're definitely from here because that's where the astaghfirullah. I hate to say this, but you get what I'm saying. The slave trade happened from this part of Africa, this part. So you're probably from here. I don't know. Well, and Allah knows best. Okay. All right. So I'm not gonna go over vowels and harakat. We've already done that. You can watch the video on it. But this is good. So Arabic words are made up of three letter roots, and we've talked about that briefly, right? You guys remember? For example, here is kataba. And then in the middle of the word, you can put you can put different vowels to make different kinds of words, like kataba, or uh, this doesn't work here, the wow or the yeah, but you can put different kinds of things in the middle. For example, you can say, uh, yeah, kitab, yeah. So if you put an alif here, for example, it becomes kitab, right? So those are the things, the vowels you can put in the middle of the three letters to make it different kinds of words, right? Clear? And then you can have prefixes for the words like al-kitab or wa-kitab or this doesn't really work, but fa-kitab or bi-kitab. kitab, like the kitab, or these other prefixes work with other kinds of verbs. These are for verbs. You can say, for example, maktab, with the if you put the meme prefix, right? And then similarly, there are suffixes in after the word that you can put, that some suffixes that we learned last time, like kitabuhu or kitabuha, kitabuhum, kitabuhunna, or katabta, katabti, katabtu, right? These are all suffixes. So you see, this is called Arabic morphology. What is it called? Arabic morphology. In Arabic, it's called sarf. Sad, ra, fa. Sarf. Okay? Okay. So this is the secret to Arabic. If you understand this, then you can, any Arabic word given to you pretty much, you'll be able to figure out the three-letter root, because you know what the prefixes are, the suffixes are, what in the middle is, you know what the word's root is, the root meaning. And we've done a little bit of that before, right? So far so clear? Okay. So today's class is going to be dense. Okay, so be ready for brain rot. Huh? Inshallah. Okay, so for example, here's the three-letter root example, right? Like jama'a. You can say jami'a. You put alif in the middle and a ta marbuta at the end, becomes university. Jama'a means to gather. Jami'a, university, right? And here's meme prefix on jama'a and waw in the middle and ta marbuta, it becomes majmu'a, a collection, right? Majmu'a. From jama, same thing, to gather, right? Or you put the alif in the middle, you say jami'. Jami' means what? Someone who gathers, okay? Or a comprehensive thing, something that is comprehensive. For example, Jami' at-Tirmidhi, the book of Imam at-Tirmidhi, the hadith book of Imam at-Tirmidhi, it's called a Jami'. Why? Because it's comprehensive. I don't want to get into what a comprehensive collection. Comprehensive. Yeah. Not just collection, no. Okay, like that. So you guys get the idea? Let's move on. I'm going to try to quickly. So sciences of Arabic grammar. So we've been learning a little bit of this, all of it. But ilm sarf is the morphology, right? We've been learning a little bit of the morphology, the suffixes, the prefixes, and what you could put in the middle and whatnot. Then there's ilm nahu. Ilm nahu is how the word has to end. Is it in, an, and is it fatha at the end or the kasra at the end, or how does it need to stay? For example, feminine nouns, like you would never say Fatimatun, you always will say Fatimatu. That's called ilm nahu. Okay? Nahu. Ilm al-balagha, there's so many more sub-sciences in Arabic. Balagha is rhetoric. Like, how do you say something? If you want to invoke a particular kind of feeling, it's in all languages, okay? In all languages, uh, it's just how you emphasize something. I don't want to get into too many examples and confuse you. Okay, so this is lesson 1. In lesson 1, we learned that Arabic is made up of 3 primary types: ism, fi'l, and harf. Everybody clear on that? We just covered that. Okay. Ism can be a noun or an adjective or a description or pointers. So kitab, maktaba, maktaba, that's fine. Maktab, mudarris, nouns, right? And then they can be adjectives like tawil, kabir, ba'id, sa'ab, sahl, right? They're adjectives. And then there's the ismul ishara, هذا, هذه, ذلك, تلك. They're all ism. They're all ism. Okay? Am I going too fast? I kind of have to, because we don't have a lot of time. Yeah, you're getting it. It just,
The pointers are ism?
yes, they're ism. They're not harf. And then we've learned about indefinite nouns. Indefinite nouns have a tanween on it, like kitabun, babun, masjidun, right? They're indefinite. And then we have learned the three states, marfu, it ends in a dhamma. Mansub, it ends in a fatha. And majroor, which ends in a kasra. Okay? Babun is marfu, babin is majroor, baban is mansub. Okay? Masjidan mansub, miftahan mansub, taratan, sama'an, right? This is all mansub. Okay. And then we learned in lesson one, lesson one and lesson one. We learned the pointing nouns, هذا and ذلك. هذا and ذلك. That's what we learned. And then we learned how to ask a question by the question particle. أهذا أهذا باب أهذا بيت, right? Like that. You can also say هل, right? هل هذا. Instead of you can say هل. It's the same exact thing. هل هذا مكتب? هل هذا التلفزيون؟ تلفاز? Yeah. هل هذا مسجد? Yeah, you can say that. And then we learned how to say who. من. من. من هذا, right? And we also um, another question particle we learned is what. ما هذا, ما ذلك, ما تلك. Yeah? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked Musa alayhi salam, ما تلك بيمينك? What is in your right hand, O Musa? Ya Musa. ما تلك بيمينك يا Musa. Okay? And then we learned that man, who we use for obviously people, ma we use for what we use for things. Man hada, who is this? Ma hada, what is this? Right? So that the concept is sentient or non-sentient, or aqil or غير aqil. Somebody who has rationality, meaning a person, or غير aqil, meaning somebody who has no intellect. And then we also learned the response particles, right? Naam, yes, la, no. Okay, that was lesson one. Good review? Okay, then this is just at the end of the lesson one. I'm not going to read this right now. Then, so here's the grammar review. We already did this. So word prefixes, and we also learned in lesson one what to say and, right? Question particles and ma, and pointing nouns hada and dhalika. All right. Lesson three. I think that was lesson one and two. So in lesson three, we learned about the nominal sentence, meaning the jumla ismiya. Yeah, wow. Impressive. MashaAllah. And definite nouns. So we learned about hada. I don't think we learned about hadihi, but we learned dhalika, right? So we learned these two. Alhamdulillah, now we know about hada, meaning this is for a neutral thing, and hadihi, this is for a specific feminine things. Dhalika, for that, which means that is a neutral thing, and tilka, for that, for a feminine thing, right? And then there's more. I'll just tell you right now. Forget the dual line for a second. Haula, these things. You can think of it as a plural for hada. Haula. In the Quran, you learn haula'i. Have you come across haula? Right? You guys remember vaguely? Okay. And ulaika. Ulaika is the plural you could say of dhalika. So that is or those are. Okay? أولئك على هدى من ربهم. Those are the people upon the guidance from their Lord, right? And we've learned about this really doesn't really belong here, but I just put it there just for kicks and giggles. Huna, here, hunaka, over there. Okay? Ha huna is also means here, over here. Ha huna. Okay? All right. Nominal sentence. What is a nominal sentence? A sentence that begins with an Ism. Remember, hada is also an ism. So anything begins with hada or tilka or dalika is also a jumla ismiya. It's also a nominal sentence. Like Muhammadun talibun. Muhammad is a student. And remember the mubtada khabar? So Muhammad is the mubtada and the talib is the khabar. Muhammad is talibun. Yes. And then there's a verbal sentence. خلق الإنسان من علق. Or ذهب المدرس, the teacher went, ذهب المدرس إلى الفصل, to the classroom. Right? So ذهب المدرس, that's a mubtada. إلى الفصل, that's the khabar. So that is a verbal sentence. جملة فعلية. جملة فعلية. Instead of a jumla ismiya. Okay, so big, and this is the mubtada and the khabar, right? And the is and the are is implicit in Arabic, right? There's no word for is, there's no word for are. It's, you just have to understand that there's a mubtada component, the beginner component, and then there's news component, the khabar component. Okay, in grammatical terms, it's called the subject. Subject is the mubtada, predicate is the khabar. Okay, so هذا كرسي. This, literally it says this chair. So you know the mubtada and the khabar, so you're going to put is in the middle. This is a chair. ذلك, that, and najm, a star. That, a star. That is a star. Right? And we know this because we understand the mubtada and the khabar. And what we learned about the mubtada is it's always marfu. Always marfu. Hada, even though it doesn't have an ending, you know that by nature hada is marfu. Okay? By nature. Dhalika is by nature marfu. You will never say, for example, Muhammadan talibun, or you will never say Muhammadin talibun. That is never will have the is in the middle. That's a completely different construct. You will always say Muhammadun talibun. Muhammad is a student. Okay? Too much? Good? You handling it? Alhamdulillah. Okay. So it's always marfu. Okay? And it's always definite. Hada is definite. When I'm saying this is, I'm literally, it's pointing to something that's very specific, right? So hada and dhalika becomes definite. Muhammad is definite. It's a name of a person. I'm talking about somebody specific. But if something is something that if I use another noun, I have to make it specific. Like al-kursiyu khalfi. The kursi is behind me. Al-kursi. I have to put al in front of it. I have to make it specific. I have to make it definite. I will never say kursiyun khalfi. You will typically not say that. Okay? Al-kursiyu khalfi. The chair is behind me. Okay? So it is, and this is where I'm saying pointing nouns are definite. Hada, hadihi, dhalika, tilka. They're all definite. Khabar is always marfu as well. Muhammadun talibun. Okay, you will never say Muhammadun taliban because that will be a different construct. And it, yeah, go ahead. Marfu with the un at the end or dhamma at the end.
Yes.
Yep. So al-babu. So I didn't say babun maftuhun. I said al-babu, the door, maftuh, open. The door is open. So that's what makes it. So if you have this kind of a construct, definite, marfu is mubtada. I know it's too boring for him. Indefinite marfu is the khabar. Al-babu maftuhun. I will not say al-babu al-maftuhu. That is not a is statement. That's not a mubtada khabar. Okay? Al-babul maftuhu means the open door. It's an incomplete sentence. But if I say al-babu maftuhun, then I know the door is open. I know this is going to be too much for you, so you can watch this inshallah video later. Al-miftahu maksurun. The key is broken. Alhamdu lillah. The praise is for Allah. Now you will say, hey, this is not marfu, this is majroor. Yes, it's majroor because of the la, the li in the before it. But by nature, it is marfu. You understand it as marfu because it's a khabar. So you will treat it like it's marfu grammatically, even though it needs to be majroor because of li. That's it. Okay, so that will happen a lot. Okay, this is just the beginning. Okay, definite noun, we already know it begins with al, right? Proper names are definite, always. Pointing nouns are definite. And for other nouns, we put al in the beginning. Like babun becomes al-babu. Masjidun becomes al-masjidu. And the ending tanween is dropped. So babun becomes al-babu. The un becomes u, right? Okay. Then, what did I say? Yeah, we already know hada dalika is definite. We already talked about names are definite. So babun becomes al-babu. Kitabun becomes al-kitabu. Qittun becomes al-qittu. Azwajun becomes al-azwaju. Ad-dinu becomes, and backwards, going from definite to indefinite. Ad-dinu is dinun. Al-muhandisu is muhandisun. And this is Al-Kulliyat al-Handasiyya. That just means engineering college. I don't know why I have that in there. Okay. Spelling rule. So this is a spelling rule. I'll just remind you. So mustaqimun or babun, right? Let's do an easy one before I go into the mustaqimun. I don't know why I gave. So let's do rizqun. Everybody understand rizqun? Rizq? Okay. When rizqun is majroor, it will become rizqin. But when it's marfu, it will get a alif at the end. Rizqan. That's just a spelling rule. It's just a spelling rule. It has nothing else is going on. So all mansub things will have a alif at the end. We will inshallah cover that later. But this alif goes away if you put al in front of it. Al-rizqa. Okay? You will not have an alif at the end. It's just a spelling rule. This is why we say wa anna Muhammadan, and the dal has an alif after it. Okay. There's some exceptions. If the word ends with the hamza, it doesn't get an alif. So this is pronounced as sama'an, or if you stop on it in the Quran, it will be sama'a. You'll say the alif, but you will not write it down. A lot of people make this mistake. Oh my God. Because they don't know this. Subhanallah, it's not taught properly to them. Let me fix your Quran here for a second, okay? I'm going off on a tangent, but this is an important tangent because we're talking about Quran, okay? So for example, this is on the beginning of Surah Al-Baqarah. Oops. For example, this is the 22nd ayah in Surah Al-Baqarah. Don't forget, 22nd ayah of Surah Al-Baqarah. You should commit this to memory because a lot of people make this mistake. Okay, what is this word right here? Ma'an, right? وَأَنزَلَ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَاءً, right? Okay. If I stop here, what will it become? Yes. You guys got it? وأنزل من السماء ماء. Not so people who don't know this, how will they stop? وأنزل من السماء ماء. That's wrong. That's wrong. Huh? Question? Who knew this before? You knew that? Did they teach you that? Alhamdulillah, you knew that?
It's
MashaAllah.
it's something I
But some,
know but don't know that I know.
but this
Yeah.
will happen all the time.
Every single time. Mansub will always be like that, except when it's ta marbuta. Okay? So here, for example, الذي جعل لكم الأرض فراشا والسماء بناء وأنزل من السماء ماء فأخرج به من الثمرات رزقا لكم or رزقا if I want to stop there. Okay, all right. Anyways, thought I'd tell you that. A lot of people don't know this. They make this mistake. I hear it all the time. I'm like, astaghfirullah. They have not been taught properly. All right. Where was I? Okay. So sama'an, it's really sama'a, right? That we just learned. But kabiratan, you will never say kabirata. You will never say that. It'll always be kabira. Okay? Okay. And then with the al, it becomes al-kabira. Okay. Then we learned about the um, حروف الشمسية, حروف القمرية, right? So when your tongue, if the beginning of the noun begins with a letter where your tongue touches the teeth, right? It becomes what? You have to forget the lam. You skip the lam. You connect the beginning hamza with that word. So annar, as-sukkar, an-najm, at-talib, ash-shams. I will never say al-nar, al-sukkar, al-najm. I will never pronounce the lam. This is huruf al-shamsiyah. And huruf al-qamariya is, we're not going to be able to do a full review today. We're running, kind of have time. I got our skedoodle because I can't be here for Aisha. I have to go help my wife. Okay. And then the one where your tongue doesn't touch the teeth, those are the ones that you pronounce the lam with. So you will never say abbab, you'll say al-bab, al-fil, al-hajar, al-qamar, right? Al-fidda, al-daif. This is daif. It's you skip the lam. Al-daif, right? You skip the lam. So these are the letters. Nobody memorizes them. You just have to know them. You just have to get used to it. Okay, that was lesson 3. So in this lesson 3, we learned about how al works. Babun becomes al babu. Baban becomes al baba. Babin becomes al babi. Masjidun becomes al masjidu. We know that. Then we learned that this is indefinite. Kitabun means a book, a single book. Al kitabu, the single book, right? Okay. And we learned about the mubtada and the khabar. And the only new prefix we learned is al in lesson 3. That's it. That was lesson 3. Lesson 4, we learned to say where is. We learned about feminine nouns versus the regular. Then we learned about diptotes, and we'll talk about diptotes. Yep. No, we will talk about it out. It's easy. We learned a few prepositions, detached pronouns. We learned helper vowels. We'll talk about these, what these are. Okay, so aina is easy. Yeah. Aina, where is أين الطبيب أين الطبيب where is the doctor أين where is the doctor compared to where is a doctor أين طبيب okay you typically don't really say that أين فاطمة where is Fatima this is a diptote I didn't say فاطمة I said فاطمة yeah أين القلم where is the pen أين المدرس where is the teacher okay and then feminine nouns if something is feminine then you put it ta marbuta at the end right and the words that are feminine are grammatically feminine doesn't mean they're necessarily feminine okay like you treat them like Talha is the name of a boy but it ends with a ta marbuta okay so فاطمة آمنة عائدة نادرة عديلة نادية all of these are feminine nouns غرفة feminine noun doesn't make not female noun but feminine noun غرفة خزانة ساعة الآخرة القيامة رحمة آية جنة right and then these are some adjectives like لذيذة delicious قريبة ثقيلة جديدة جميلة right there are some feminine words that don't end with a ta marbuta like dar means home darul akhirah the home of the hereafter dar is feminine Zainab is feminine we learned another one what was that qidr hot feminine it doesn't end with a ta marbuta you just have to know that there's no other rule and then there's masculine nouns that have a ta marbuta like Talha Hamza Khalifa okay they end with a ta marbuta also like for example those like Sheikh he's a da'ya he's a da'ya he does da'wah but he's mashallah masculine but he's a da'ya okay that's just how you
Yeah, these words are feminine by nature.
yes they don't in grammar grammatically feminine not in nature grammatically they're feminine but not in nature so for example let me blow your mind so if someone is pregnant I will so the word is carrying hamil okay so for a girl who's pregnant it will be hamila no it'll be hamil for even for a girl even not even I mean it's only for a girl that's why you get it so the Quran uses this terminology so beautiful like only the female you will never say ha'ida you will say ha'id it's a feminine hamil okay that just so that you guys get the idea okay then we learned about prepositions fi ala min ila and they make the ism after ism that follows them becomes majroor or another kind of sentence that follows them becomes majroor okay so fi baytun becomes fi baytin fil baytu becomes fil bayti yeah so al-qalamu fil haqibati the pen is remember our mubtada has to be definite remember our mubtada has to be definite and this is a khabar this becomes a khabar fil haqibati yes it's majroor but in nature it is marfu and we will learn that later not important right now Al-Kitabu, definite marfu, and then ala al-maktabi. The book is on the desk. Al-waladu fid dukkani. The boy is at the store. At-tabibu ala al-babi. The doctor is at the door. Right? Al-qittu ala al-kursi. The cat is on the chair. At-tuffahu ala al-maktabi. The apples are on the desk. الحصان في غرفة It's not fil ghurfa, it's fi ghurfa in this case. The the horse is in a room, not the room. You can say that. It's okay. No problem. صل على محمد على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. Okay. الولد في مطبخ. The boy is in a kitchen. That's fine.
Saying that.
You can say in the kitchen, sure. في المطبخ. مطبخ. Yeah, it becomes المطبخ. Both are fine. Okay, and then this is the universe of the prepositions min, fi, ala, ila, bi, and li. Okay. Okay, and then we learned about the detached pronouns, ضمائر المنفصلة. Okay, the detached pronouns. Huwa, hiya is the ones we learned in lesson 4. Huwa fil ghurfati. He is in the room. Hiya fil madrasati. She is in the school. Huwa jalisun. He is sitting ala al-kursi, on the chair. Hiya waqifatun. Waqifatun ala al-ardi. She is standing on the ground. هي على المكتب. She is on the desk. That doesn't make sense, right? It is on the desk. Something feminine is on the desk, right? Something feminine. النجم في السماء. The star is in the sky. هو في السماء. It is in the sky, or he is in the sky, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala huwa fi السماء. And somebody asked Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, where is Allah? Somebody asked Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where is Allah? And he didn't say anything. He just did this. Yeah, it's very famous. Yeah, because they think of him as a person, right? As an entity. Because that's, anyways. So we've learned the universe of a little bit about the universe of the pronouns. Huwa, hiya is third person. He is, she is, or it is, right? Anta, anti, you, right? That's second person. And ana, first person, right? Let's look at, just for kicks and giggles, for completeness, hum, them, they, third person, generic, hum, okay? Hunna, they, females, only females, hunna, they, only females. Like I've been memorizing Surah Al-Talaq is full of hunna, 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 full of it. Second person, antum, you all, generic, you all. Antum, tullab, you are students. Antunna, you all, female only female, can't be mixed. Antunna, talibat, you are female students. Okay. Nahnu, we, nahnu, we. Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't want to get into, should I get into this? It's brain rot. Let me just continue to do rot your brain, okay? Okay. There's a rule for min, okay? There's a rule for min. If min is followed by a word that begins with hamzatul wasl, it will become mina. So you won't say min al-bayt, you will say min al-bayt. So min ends really with a sukun. But just for pronunciation, and you'll see this in the Quran all the time, just for pronunciation, it gets a fatha. This fatha is a fake fatha. It doesn't really exist. It's just there for tajweed rules, for pronunciation. Min al-bayt it becomes. So you don't say min Allah, you will say min Allah. And when does this happen? When min is followed by hamzatul wasl. Okay, clear? So these are called helper vowels. Helper vowels. Okay. And there's other ones as well, but we're just barely learning. The reason they're helper vowels is actually I have not told you this. Let me tell you now. Okay. Let me tell you now. Why do we do this? There's a method to the madness. There's a method to the beautiful madness, mashallah. Okay. So didn't I tell you min ends in a sukun? Right? Min ends with the sukun. Hamzatul wasl. I can't type Hamzatul wasl. Nope. I got it. Hamzatul wasl. Hamzatul wasl, remember? Hamzatul wasl doesn't mean anything, it drops away. So I'm just going to get rid of it for now, just for explanation. Okay, just for explanation. So I want to say bait. Min and al-bayt, okay? Just for explanation. You see sukun and you see sukun, two sukuns coming together. Can you pronounce anything like this? If I say, if I don't have this, if I just have this, can you pronounce these together? What will you say? Nothing. You can't say it's sukun. You can't. This is called iltiqa as-sakinain, meeting of the two sukuns. You cannot have it. So in order for this to be pronounceable, if that's a word, you add a fatha. So you say nel. That's what happens. Did that make sense? Did that make sense? Okay. So you will say, oops. What happened to my thingy? There we go. So you will say, instead of min al-bayt, you say min al-bayt. Okay? Okay, we'll just leave it at that for now. And this happens for a lot of other reasons as well. Inshallah, we will learn that later. I tell you about it right here. Okay, so in the Quran, in the Desi Quran, you'll see a small noon at the bottom sometimes, right? So for example, the word yawma idin, and then al-mustaqir. Mustaqar, sorry. Yawma idin al-mustaqar. So if you were to say this together, how would you say it? Does that make sense? Why did you not say the tanween? Why did you say yawma idil mustaqar? What happened to the tanween? You ate the tanween, Rahat. I know, but let me teach you. Remember what I just told you just now? Now let me blow your mind, right? Let me blow your mind. Yawma idin, right? How does it sound like? Doesn't it sound like this? Yawma idin, doesn't it? Okay. And then I have Hamzatul Wasl after this. Al Mustaqar, right? So there's a sukun here and there's a sukun here. Remember, this drops away. Oops. This drops away. So I have two sukuns, they can't come together. That's why you confused it. You said yawma idil mustaqar. No, in this case we add a kasra. So we say yawma idinil mustaqar. Did I blow your mind? Did I blow your mind? Anybody? No? This is why in the Desi Quran you find, that's why they put the noon here. It's called the noon of it has a name. I forget the name. What they call it something. In the Desi Mus'haf. You know the Desi script? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, I'll explain later. Good. Yeah. Yes.
Different format.
Let me show you. Let me show you. It's the script. It's the script. Okay?
That's what I was thinking. If I can't read it, actually.
What is like the novel?
I'll give me a second. Give me 1 second. The one that I show all the time. Oh, that's called Uthmani. Yeah. The Desi is called Majidi. What is it called? Majidi. It's not called Desi is I just because people are familiar with it. But so for example, this is Surah Al-Qiyamah. Okay, let's go to Surah Al-Qiyamah. Surah Al-Qiyamah. Okay. So let me show you. So this is I'm calling Desi Quran. You see the script? This is what you grew up reading, right, Rahat? Yes, you still read this, of course. I know that. Do you see this little noon here? Yawma idinil mustaqar. So they put it for the Desi people because they don't want to teach them the right things. So they just teach them just to put a fake noon there. It doesn't show that. It doesn't show it. So let's look at yeah, let me show you. Yeah. Yeah, they teach you the right way. So it says this. There's no noon, little tiny noon. It doesn't exist. So you know the rule that I just told you, Arshifa and Huria? So how did they teach you? How did the teachers teach you? You just know? Yeah, because if it's a tanween, you have to say the tanween. Yawma idinil mustaqar. So that, no, this is not, well, it is izhar, yes, but Yawma idinil mustaqar. Tanween. Remember, no, let me explain. I didn't explain properly, I think. Yeah. So just remember, anytime you see a tanween in the Quran, tanween is called, what does the word tanween mean? To make the known sound. Tanween means what? To make the known sound. So if anytime you see a tanween in the Quran, whether it's yawma idin or this is not the right word. If it's babin or baban or babun, they're all tanween. So this becomes the way you hear it is how you hear it like this, right? You hear it like with the noon sound. Yawma idin. So that's where the noon comes from. Yawma idin nil mustaqar.
How do we know that we have to connect the noon?
I just told you the rule. If you hear a noon sound at the end of the word, which is a sukoon on it, like yawma idin, it's a sukoon. Yeah. Anytime you have a noon sound that is with a sukoon on it, followed by a hamzatul wasl, is when you put the tiny noon. Next time you read the Quran and you see the noon, then you will go, oh.
No, that's what you're asking is that the little circle, that is the little circle, it is the circle.
That's what makes the,
Yes.
the sound silent, the letter silent.
I'm so used to with my basic Quran. I don't even know how to read that.
Yeah.
वैसे भी कोई बात नहीं है बेटा. It's still Arabic. You should.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Arabic.
Okay, for example, if you look at hold on. Let me test Arshifa. Okay. I want you to read the first two ayahs connected together. No, don't break them. Wrong. What did I tell you about tanween? Yes. Yes. You're almost there. You're almost there. Do nilla. Yes. You add the noon. You add the kasra. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد.
Thank you.
Could you read that way?
Of course you can. What do you mean?
That's the way you
Okay,
should.
but like if you wanted to read all four ayahs,
Yeah.
that's how we
قل
do it.
هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله. I can keep going. Yeah.
I was trying to do that.
You have breath. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh?
Anytime there is a stone.
Anytime there's a sukoon and then hamzatul wasl, you will do that. Always. Always.
Just to confirm, like when the hamzatul, I don't know how you say it, hamzatul, that's when you add the kasra because you already have the.
Only for the tanween.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have the tanween, but if you have hamzatul, I have to learn that word, but anyway.
Wasl.
Wasl.
Means connection. Connecting.
Hamzatul wasl, and that's when you have to add the kasra on your tanween, right? That's basically.
You have to pretend that there's a tiny noon there. Yeah.
Because without it, you would read.
Can you connect it again?
Ahadunillah. Ahadunillah. Ahadu. Okay.
So tanween goes away. And
Yes. Yes. It doesn't really go away. It just sounds like it goes away. Yeah. Yeah. So aha. It's really ahadun and then Allah, right? Okay. So what happens is this becomes ahadu ni. So the tanween, the dun of the tanween, remember it's dun, ahadun, Allah. Remember, this is how you hear it, right? Isn't this how you hear it? Ahadun, Allah. So what did we learn about what to do with the nun? You put the kasra. Ahadu nillah. That's what happened. So it doesn't go away. Yeah, it sounds like it goes away. Okay. All right, I'm gonna have to end it there. I'm gonna have to go pick up my wife. She's gonna kill me otherwise.
Yeah, I love you with you.
Oh.
Thank you very much.